Kuna
Good evening and welcome to Newswatch on Hope TV, the station where you look and live. Now, in the latest fuel review today, fuel prices have decreased by about 2 shillings, just so you know. I'm Tess Njenga and our sign language interpreter is Boniface Murithi. Let's take a look at the day's news. Government spokesman Isaac Mwaura has dismissed claims that the Finance Bill 2025 has already been proposed and tabled in Parliament. Addressing the media today, Mwaura clarified that the 2025-2026 budget process is still ongoing and that revenue-raising measures like the Finance Bill will only come after the draft budget is released, scheduled for after April 30th. He assured the public that Kenyans will be fully involved through public participation once the bill is officially introduced. Mwaura has also clarified that the budget policy statement, known as BPS, outlines the government's strategic priorities and policy goals.
Kuna tetesi potovu ambazo zinasema kwamba kuna mswada wa fedha ambao unawashinikiza wa Kenya ndiposa waweze kupata shida kwa sababu ya kodi ambazo pengine wenyewe hawezi kumudu. Na ni vizuri kusema pia kutoka mwanzo kwamba hamna mswada wa fedha ambao umeweza kuchapishwa ama ambao uko katika bunge. Hamna mswada wowote. Kwa hivyo kuna wale ambao walitumia hiyo nafasi mwaka uliopita kuzua rabsha na bugdha na maandamano na ikawa kwamba nchi ikaonekana kana kwamba haiwezi ikasimama. Serikali inasema kwamba ndivyo kutakuwa na mswada, lakini baada ya makadirio ya bajeti tarehe 30 mwezi huu wa Aprili, mwezi wa 4. Kwa hivyo hamna, na wakati tutapokuwa na wakati ule tutakuwa na njia mwafaka ya kuweza kuelezea Wakenya yale mapendekezo alafu watoe maoni. Mtizamo wetu kama serikali ni kwamba hatutakuwa tukiangazia sana kuongeza kodi, bali ni kuweka mikakati ya kuhakikisha kwamba wale ambao hawalipi kodi wameweza kulipa.
President William Ruto has emphasized the need for unity and collaboration among all leaders in transforming the country, including both political and religious leaders. Speaking at State House Nairobi during a meeting with religious leaders from Kiambaa, Kabete and Thika in Kiambu County, the president praised the critical role faith leaders play in society. He acknowledged their efforts in upholding moral values as well as their contributions to education and healthcare, calling them vital to the nation's progress and well-being.
I want to encourage you as the clergy of our nation. We have a great nation. Let us not bring it down with rumors, negative energy, vitu ambayo haisaidii. Yeah, and that is why I'm focused. Because it is what it is, and that is how we are going to change this nation. So msikuwe na wasiwasi, hii maneno yote hii iko namna hiyo na tutaendelea na Mungu atatujalia, because our intentions are good and we want to do what is right for our nation.
There is no way there can be a state separate from the church. Na kwa hivyo hii urafiki lazima idumu. Mkipiga kona na sisi tunapiga, tukipiga na nyinyi mnapiga, we have to walk this journey together. Hii kazi tulifanya pamoja, Your Excellency. Hawa watu walikuchagua na for sure kwa sababu Kiambu ndio iliongoza kuchagua. Nataka kuamini ya kwamba influence ya wachungaji na kuwaga juu sana. Mnaweza ambia Wakristo wako tusiende hapo na wakose kuenda. So kwa hivyo mimi kama mama county na mimi nasema We are going to exist and exist with you. Na mkipiga kona, tunapiga na nyinyi. Na sisi tukipiga, mnapiga na sisi. We have to work together to bring this country together. Ndio tutakapofika pale mwisho, we give God all the glory. Kwa hivyo tuko hapa siku hii ya leo, tukisema tunafanya hii kazi pamoja, to deliver our country to where God wanted us to be. Asante sana Mheshimiwa Rais, watu wa Kiambu wanakuamini, na ndio sababu wakakupatia kura zao hivyo.
Presiding Bishop Callisto Odede has condemned the recent incident in which students and journalists were assaulted during the National Drama Festival in Nakuru County last week. Police were accused of lobbing tear gas to disperse crowds protesting the alleged harassment of Butere Girls High School students following their performance of the play Echoes of War. Speaking earlier today on Hope FM Meet of the Word program hosted by Grace Mutiso, Bishop Odede questioned how students could be seen as such a threat to the government that force will be used against them. Bishop Odede further stated that an apology is owed to Kenyans for the events that took place at Kirobon Girls High School in Nakuru.
In Kenya, we remember in the days of the Nyayo era when people like Ngugi wa Thiong'o and a few other people had even to flee the country, some of them because of plays that they had written. Some of their plays were banned from being shown at the Kenya National Theatre. So what's happening is a script that has been used before in massively free expression, that a play or a drama that may have expressed something that the powers be were discontented about is taken so seriously that it is seen as a threat to the government. How little girls would be a threat to the government, I do not yet understand. But such a threat that the government feels, we have to control them, and not just control them violently by even throwing tear gas. When the government begins to have such a thin skin that anything like that makes them jump, it shows how insecure they are. And our prayer is that our government will not be insecure until it turns on its own people, even when things like drama is being exercised. What difference would that have made if we look at it from a different way? That game went on, and that drama perhaps won, and the president himself would invite them to State House and would sit there and would laugh at the presentation of the drama. That would have been a tremendous show of statesmanship. For some reason, we just seem to be missing it at the right point. I don't know why we are missing it. Either someone is being misadvised or someone else is stepping out of line because they are really not totally out of sync with what's happening in the country, out of sync with the people, out of sync with the emotions that are going on in a free society where we are given the liberty to express ourselves. And I pray that our government would not get into that situation where they have these knee-jerk reactions at very, very small things. They are up in arms, literally in arms, attacking journalists and attacking individuals. And I pray that that would not be the case. Someone ought to ask for forgiveness. I do know my friend Murkomen apologized, but even in his apology, he didn't take a very good attitude because he still was attacking the person who wrote the play.
Embu County political and church leaders have called for a spirit of unity and forgiveness between leaders and the public, urging both parties to shun blame game and embrace constructive dialogue for the sake of development. Speaking during the Palm Sunday celebrations at All Saints ACK Church in Kiritiri, Mbeere South, the leaders emphasized that finger-pointing and public confrontations are counterproductive and only serve to derail progress. Leading the call was Embu Senator Alexander Munyi Mundigi, who urged residents to give leaders and the government sufficient time to implement government projects.
Kutoka zamani watu walikuwa nasameana, hata sasa watu wafaa wasemeane, wapeane heshima, na kama Yesu Kristo mwenyewe alipokewa na wakati wa mwisho na akawa watu walihudhuria na wakamshindikisha wakati ule, ilikuwa mambo yake haiendi vizuri, lakini hakuwa na shinda mtu yoyote. Hata sisi amesema viongozi wote wa kanisa kama na kindini tuungane pamoja, ndio tuweze kuwa kusameana, ndio tutembee parapara moja. Amesema hii serikali watu wafaa wasemeane, sio kila wakati ni kuongea vibaya, ni watu wawe na njia ya kungonja.
Kupata uongozi ni jambo la busara, na wale ambao ni wa viongozi wetu kutoka mashinani mpaka viongozi wa nchi yetu ya Kenya, hata beyond. Tukaona ni vizuri tuwe tunaheshimiana, kuheshimu sana. Hii makelele tunapiga mingi, tunaona kama itasaidia, lakini inaweza haribu. Ile ya muhimu ni kuheshimu, nao watuheshimu, na tuwe na nafasi kwa tunaongelezana, tuwe na nafasi pia ya hao vile waliahidi kufanya kitu waendelee kufanya, wasiongeze mahadi mingi bila kumaliza ile ya kwanza. Yesu alikunja akakalia punda, ishara ya unduma, ishara ya kujali wengine, ishara ya kuleta wokovu. Viongozi wale tuko nao tumesema, hata ikiwa ni wale wa tauni yetu ya Kiritile, wale ambao ni mheshimiwa wa MCA ama mheshimiwa MPs ama rais ama gavana, unduma ndiyo muhimu katika uongozi.
On that note, let's take a short break on Newswatch tonight. We have more coming up after the break.
Rafiki soul is the promise of a hand that reaches and goes beyond what angaza tumaini kote. I'm forever grateful, ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. I'm forever grateful, ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. Rafiki soul is a promise of a hand that reaches and goes beyond watangaza tumaini kote. I'm forever grateful, ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. I'm forever grateful, ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. Rafiki msoul.
Friends of Hope, keeping hope alive.
Thank you for tuning in to Hope TV, your go-to channel for hope, inspiration, education, and wholesome entertainment. At Hope TV, we are committed to knowing God and making Him known through powerful media content. We truly value you and are dedicated to serving you better. For feedback, inquiry, reach out via WhatsApp or SMS 08
Welcome back. Machakos Governor Wavinya Ndeti now says there is a wave of political attacks sweeping across the country targeting women governors. Addressing a congregation during a Sunday worship service at the Victory Church in Kalama Sub-County, Wavinya urged the church to pray and stand with women governors who she said were facing unwarranted smear campaigns from numerous detractors. Wavinya's remarks come barely 2 months after Meru County Governor Kawira Mwangaza was impeached following a vicious cycle of conflict with members of the county assembly.
Kuna shetani imetokezea. Ile shetani last year wameua wanawake. So many women have died. Hii ni shetani nyingine imetoka ya kupiga magavana wote wale kina mama. Hii ni shetani. Yani women are endangered. Nimeona ingine wanapiga Wanga huko, wanapiga Keheka, wanapiga Mbarire, wanapiga Wavinya, mumeua wakina mama. What I can just tell Madam Speaker, please call your people and sit with them. Waite mkae chini muongee.
Bungoma Diocese Catholic Bishop Mark Kadima has called on leaders in power to desist from using their authority to oppress the underprivileged in society. Speaking during Palm Sunday Mass at Christ the King Church in Bungoma town, Bishop Kadima emphasized the importance of maintaining peace in the country. Palm Sunday is a day when Christians commemorate Jesus' triumphant entry into Jerusalem a week before his crucifixion, as narrated in the Bible.
Kwa hivyo mamlaka tulio nayo, uwezo tulio nao, talanta tulio nayo, isije ikatufanya tukawa watu wa kutenda uovu maovu zidi ya watu ambao hawana hali yoyote. One of the first things I look at in my life is where Jesus says, bring children to me, because their guardian angels are always before the face of God and they are watching over them. That is what we are being told today as a point of holiness, that we have power, we have age, whatever is advantageous to us should not allow us to be evil against the defenseless, against the small ones, against the weak ones, because God will not allow us to use our advantage to kill others, to destroy others. Evil will not win. The way evil will not win and has not won, the evil people who are powerful to crucify
and milk. State House, Nairobi today during a meeting with religious leaders from Kiambaa, Kabete and Thika in Kiambu County. The president said that the country could be exporting sugar in the near future.
Tuliagiza mahindi mingi 2022. Almost 10 billion shillings worth of mahindi. Last year, haikufika hata shilingi bilioni moja. Because we have grown enough. We have grown enough. Hata miwa ambayo ilikuwa inatusumbua pale mbeleni, eneo ya kuzalisha miwa imeongezeka by 200,000 acres. By God's grace, tunamaliza in the next 1 or 2 weeks reform ya sugar sector. And by God's grace, in another 2-3 years, Kenya will not be importing sugar, we will be exporting sugar in this nation. That is the truth. Mambo yetu ya maziwa tulikubaliana. Tauliza wale ilikuwa maziwa ilikuwa sehemu zingine 35 shillings, 30 shillings. Minimum price sahi Tumesema 50 shillings, kuna wengine bado wanauza 48, lakini we're pushing for 50 shillings. Kahawa, bei ya kahawa ilikuwa 50-60 this year. Hata niliona jana, some of the factories are paying 130, 140 per kilo because we have reformed that sector. Mambo ya chai, we raised our earnings from tea from 170 billion the previous year to 215 billion this year.
Hope TV is where you look and live, with an excellent selection of the best Christian programming consisting of local and international content, of inspirational stories, talk shows, Bible commentary, youth, health shows, children entertainment, contemporary gospel music, extended times of worship, live broadcast, news, movies, drama, Christian ministry programs, and so much more. Hope TV is another quality service from Christ is the Answer Ministries, with over 45% of authentic and credible local content every week. Hope TV is a sister station to Hope FM, Kenya's leading Christian radio station, with footprints across the country. Tune in to Hope TV, where you look and live.
Thank you for tuning in to Hope TV, your go-to channel for hope, inspiration, education, and wholesome entertainment. At Hope TV, we are committed to knowing God and making Him known through powerful media content. We truly value you and are dedicated to serving you better. For feedback, inquiries, or complaints, reach out via WhatsApp or SMS on 0708 222 323. Email us at customerexperience@hopefm.org. Hope TV, look and live.
Welcome back in sports. Defending champions Kabras RFC sealed a historic fourth consecutive Kenya Cup title after edging out a spirited Menengai Oilers side 27-26 in a nail-biting final at the ASK Showground Kakamega on Saturday, bringing the curtain down on a thrilling 2024-2025 season. Speaking after the match, Kabras head coach Carlos Katwa expressed mixed emotions over the win, expressing his disappointment about how they won. As champions, Kabras took home 300,000 shillings in prize money, while runners-up Menengai Oilers received 200,000 shillings. With this victory, Kabras now joins an elite club of teams such as Nondescripts, Impala, and KCB that have clinched 4 or more successive Kenya Cup titles. This was Kabras' 10th straight appearance in a Kenya Cup final, further affirming their dominance in Kenyan rugby. Paul Mohia emerged the overall gross winner as Esther Karuga claimed the ladies' gross title during the 6th leg of the 2025 NCBA Golf Series that was held over the weekend at the scenic Par 73 Nakuru Golf Club. Playing off handicap 2, Mohia carded a gross score of 75 to triumph at Nakuru, while Karuga returned a score of 90 to top the ladies' gross category. Mohia and Karuga led 6 players from the Nakuru event who have now qualified for the 2025 NCBA Golf Series Grand Finale, including the Division 2 men's and ladies winners, the overall Division 3 winner, and the junior winner to make it 6. The tournament brought together more than 180 amateur golfers from across the Rift Valley region, all vying for top honors and a chance to secure coveted slots at the series grand finale later this year.
The initiative is also deeply connected to to our sustainability agenda, change the story. And I know you have seen this a lot in marketing, across many digital networks, TVs, that it is through this we are committed to advancing inclusive communities and promoting sports development across Kenya.
We are deliberate enough to be bold. It's when the Olympics happens, the first team of golf from Kenya or from Africa, the strong team, should ideally come from Kenya, and it should come from our governments. It's also the opportunities that are opened up for these children globally. We have placed over 8 children in Ivy League schools because of scholarships. So as a parent, if you see a child who's talented in golf, if the golfing door is what will open the opportunity for them to excel in future.
Our investment in golf is not just about today's tournaments, but about creating opportunities and nurturing potentials for the future.
The four-ball of Brian Omondi, Mike Mwenda, Ndegwa Thuku and Bernard Mureithi returned an impressive combined score of 128 points to emerge as the winning team during the third leg of the KCB East Africa Golf Tour held at the Thika Sports Club. Their victory secures them a coveted slot in the 2025 KCB East Africa Golf Grand Finale, to be held later in December. Qualified teams will battle for the grand prize of 1 million shillings, which will be donated to a sustainability initiative at their home club.
Very happy with the team. Very happy that the team got to win. Good guys that we put up together. We're all friends. So we've been talking about this for a long time, wanting to play together, actually represent the club in a way. And yeah, very glad that it happened and we got to win the whole tour. And yeah, waiting for the final to take on.
Following the success of the first and the second editions of the KCB East Africa Golf Tour in 2023 and 2024, we returned with an even stronger third edition. The 2025 tour will span 16 counties in Kenya and extend to 4 East African countries. That's Rwanda, Burundi, Uganda, and Tanzania. So far, we have successfully held 2 legs, and today marks the third. I'm pleased to share that this year's edition will also include junior golf clinics and caddy tournaments at select clubs. The winning team from today's tournament will proceed to the grand finale of the tour. And beyond the individual prizes, they stand a chance to win 1 million shillings for their club to support a sustainability project of their choice.
And it is a wrap on Newswatch tonight. On behalf of everyone who has made this bulletin a success, thank you for watching. God willing, see you tomorrow night, same time here on Hope TV Newswatch. I'm Tess Njenga and our sign language interpreter is Boniface Mureithi. Have a good night.